David, how are you thinking about AI and its impact on healthcare? It's a hot area of the market these days.
A lot of people are envisioning AI to have lots of applications throughout the healthcare ecosystem. There are three main areas. One is patient data and doctors interfacing with patients. If you look it up in various journals, you can see experiments run as to, did a patient prefer a doctor AI chatbot to an actual doctor? I've seen studies that saying that the chatbot was far more understanding and sympathetic than an actual doctor. However, when it came time to diagnosis and recommendations, not quite hitting the mark as well. Another is physical AI, so a surgical robot, like a car, maybe not completely autopilot now, but one day. The other is drug discovery and drug development. Drug design is computer assisted, but aiming to ultimately take all that we know about the human genome, about proteins, cells, etc., loading that into some wonderful database that AI could then discover a new drug that ultimately makes it to market.
How are you thinking about evaluating the implementation of AI in your companies?
I think that when it comes to drug discovery and drug development, it is important for companies to have robust data sets and information to go off of. So I think that that's probably an area where incumbent companies that have been keeping good track of their data would have an advantage in using AI.
Yeah, that's an interesting, I think, differentiation, the idea that there's high quality data and that differs from maybe what you can have an AI do for you based on that data. And so how do you balance the excitement around AI with the responsibility to assess things like efficiency, productivity, improvements to profitability?
The biotech and pharma industries, they're applying AI to try to streamline and improve aspects of clinical development and commercialization. So for a clinical trial, that will come down to identifying the right clinical trial sites to enroll the patients with that various disease. For these companies, it's not as much of a cost savings issue as it is even marginally improving the odds of success or the odds of success just a bit faster. You have a finite patent life for these drugs, and if it's an attractive opportunity, you likely have potential competition chasing you. If you can bring it to market just a few months faster, that's to your advantage.
Are there companies that you've identified in your coverage area that have been more on their front foot about AI innovation?
Novartis is one that has brought AI leaders in clinical development out to the investment community to talk to investors. They're forthright and honest about it and saying that, look, we haven't had a drug that was fully discovered by AI make it to market yet. From the inception of a kind of drug concept and design of a drug to ultimately making it to market is typically a 10 to 15 year process. So it could be that there's some crown jewel out there right now, but we're not going to know for another decade. Right now, it's just working on kind of improving drug candidates and improving that clinical development process.